Ryan Watson, Samoya, Lati, Ocasia, Felsa, Tiffy, MTT, Kadeen, Cobrini. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another Scholarship Jamaica Live. How you guys doing? Very excited about tonight's episode. Crazy good stuff on road. Welcome. Hopefully you guys were on the page today. Post some stuff that just came out. It's kind of exciting. No, this is the thing with scholarships. When scholarships are available, it rains. As they say, when it rains, it pours. So this week was a pouring. Well, it's good because it's pouring opportunities, I must say. So welcome one and all. Welcome again to another episode, Saturday Night Live. I wish, but Scholarship Jamaica news. Tonight we'll be touching some scholarships we have been through before and some new ones. As you can see, I'm just showing you some of the scholarships we'll be going through tonight. Many of them you are familiar with, while others are new because them just bust. And I hope you guys have received a copy of the Gleaner Scholarship to go, because they have a lot of opportunities, and a matter of fact I had to get some flyers from some of it. Most times when I call some of these companies for scholarships, or hey, can you give me the update? Unfortunately, they don't give me because I'm nobody. But when the Gleaner calls, everybody answers. So you find that in the Gleaner Scholarship to go, there are hundreds of scholarships, and I post the cover of it to say, hey, go download it. And I also place the link in our bio where you can click the link. They have a very good software where you can you open the link and you can go through the entire document like a book. Literally, you just scroll through, you see something you like, you apply. Some of them are open now while others are pending. So we're gonna run through some of these opportunities, and then we get to what we came for, because we have a special guest tonight. Samoya Carreras, she's going to share with us her secret as to how she went about winning over $1.5 million in scholarships. That's a lot of money. And we want to know that some of you guys be able to win it. So this is the cover for the Gleaner Scholarship to go. I'm just going to run through some of these opportunities. Then Samoya is going to join us around 9:15. We get some secrets from her, and then we move on, because I'm sure you guys have a lot of things to do tonight. So let's get the show on the road. So as you can see, this Gleaner Scholarship to go have hundreds of awards. You click the link in our bio, or you if you're on the Facebook page, you click the link on the Facebook page. Or if you had bought the Gleaner on May 27th, it would be an insert. Get a copy and you keep it, because most of these scholarships are not only offered this year, but they're offered next year. They're annual scholarships. So get a copy. I don't get paid to say this. Get a copy of the scholarship to go. And I think on the second page there is a section that say how to qualify for scholarship or something like that in Jamaica. And you see that we get a little big up. You see that the Gleaner got some information from the website and stuff. So that means we're doing something good if the Gleaner can get some sort of information from us. All right. So let's get the show on the road. So boom, get a copy of the scholarship to go. Simply put. And then now we're just gonna run through a few that closes the 31st. So the first one is the Jamaica Money Market Brokers, or the JMB Foundation. Their scholarship closes on the 31st. And yes, a lot of you guys might remember it is for first year, it's for last year's student. I'm trying to find the flyer here. Boom. Yeah, this one closed the 31st. So you still have some time to apply. It's a final year student studying business administration or something in the business region. We have been through this over the last 3 sessions we have. So just a reminder, the JMB Foundation Scholarship closes the 31st of May. Alright? So now I'm going to do a couple more that closes on the 31st of May also. And here we go. The Young Man of Purpose Foundation Scholarship for Friends. This is for students of Manchester High School. It closes the 31st also. So spread the word. $50,000 given away. Don't lose a chance. Jump on it and get some free money. There are other awards from the same organization that closes the 31st. This is another one. We posted it. Board of Directors Scholarship. $25,000 for female students attending high school or vocational institution. Jump on this again. It closes the 31st. So guys, it's not too late. And 1 Cocoa full basket. So make sure these small awards you jump on. You don't wait for the 100,000 or the $1 million award to jump on. Here goes another one. This is the last one. The founder, she is offering $50,000. You saw she kind? Jump on this too. As you can see the instruction, mostly for females in Manchester or St. Best region. Alright? We have been through these already. These are just reminders as to what's closing pretty soon. So let's just get a bit more in the meat of the matter as we come closer to inviting our special guest. So the the biggest thing I wanted to touch, and let me touch it first, is the Carreras scholarship program. I've been saying this. This is one of the most lucrative scholarship programs in Jamaica. And again, I don't get paid to say these things. I'm just telling you based on the opportunities that they have. However, this year it just busts. I literally saw went on the website and on Friday, and I saw that they were open, and I posted on the page, and then I realized that they were also in the Gleaner scholarship to go. Here it is. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories of scholarship. 6. One for master's program, and the rest are for undergraduate. But listen how Carreras is good. So get this, Carreras_scholarships at bat.com. If you need to ask them information, use that email address. The deadline is June 18th. So this is less than a month to jump on this. And this is very lucrative, right? The website, you see at the bottom of the page. Go on the website, click on, what do you click on? You go on the website and you're going to click, you can either search for scholarship or you click on social responsibility. And when you go down there, that should be it. The link for Carreras scholarship form is so hard to find. The link is right here. Or you can click the link in our bio page and it takes you directly to the application form. Most of these companies, when you go on the website, unfortunately, it's not going to be on the front page. You have to either use the search feature, put in scholarship, or you'll always go to their social responsible page, or you go to giving back, or you go to the careers page. Usually you find stuff like this there. All right, let's jump in there. The main qualifications for the Carreras scholarship programs are, simply put, hold on there. I'm trying to get it on my computer too. You have to be a Jamaican. That's easy. You have to be enrolled Be an enrolled student in any of the institutions noted. I'm going to show you the different schools. Oh, well. These are the community colleges that you have to be enrolled in. So there you go. You have to produce application form, 2 reference, 1 from academic. You have to get 1 from your school. They need your official transcript. You must show financial need, and we have been through this over and over, how you have these all right, so optimistic. All right, we're gonna make sure that by the time the session is finished, this Carreras link is in our bio page. You say it's not there, so we're gonna make sure of that. All right, you need a 3.0 or a B average, and you must be 18 or older to apply. So these are all the community colleges that are able to get the Carreras Community College scholarships. So make a note. Most times I get link from people to say, yo, I am not going to the top, one of the usual universities. Where can I find some money? See it here. This is it. So if your community college is in this, make a note, all right? I cannot send the application form. The application form for all these scholarships that I'm telling you about are going to be on the website. The most I can do is give you the link, all right? And if it's not there now, we have somebody in the background working on it, all right? So here we go. So these are the community colleges that are entitled to apply for these scholarships. Make note of that, all right? You have CASE, you have NAX. Recently I did a presentation with NAX Community College, and this one I didn't put, but this one is for them. You have College of Agriculture Science, Brownstone, Mobile, Monique, Bethlehem, Moravian, Knox, Excelsior, Portmore for sure. All these are qualified. You have the General University Scholarship. This is another one from, and these what I'm going through is for the Carreras. The General University Scholarship is for these schools. All right? If you go UWI, UTech, NCU, IDEL, CMU, UCC, that's the website, and you get 50 grand. 1 cocoa, full basket. All right? There's no, while I was going through, they didn't write any specific information about you not being able to apply for more than 1, but usually these scholarships, they allow you to apply for 1. You can't just apply for a set. But if you're not sure, reach out to them, because post-pandemic anything is possible. People change their criteria, blah blah blah. This is a very good one, and this is one of 3 master scholarship that we have covered in the last set of series. And this one, the Carreras Master Scholarship, is basically saying any postgrad / master's program you can apply. You get 1.8 million. So all that blue writing, it's just saying that you have a degree already, you have your first degree, you want a second degree in a master's program, you can apply, get 1.8. All right. Now we're gonna touch today. Somebody had asked me what is the difference between all the other scholarships and the SEEK. Now we're gonna see. So now we're gonna touch the SEEK scholarship. So this one is $1 million one. It's offered to students pursuing liberal arts, humanities, and the sciences. So if you're in any of these, jump to it. So the SEEK scholarship is for liberal arts, humanities, sciences. I know I'm running close to inviting on my guests, so let me just run through another one, all right? But all these information are in the Gleaners Scholarship to Go. They're on our website, and they're also on our Instagram page. And the last one is the Edna Manley College of Visual and Performing Arts. $100,000 for each student. I think, yes, the Carreras, someone want to know if you can get the Carreras with other scholarships. Yeah, you can get the Carreras with other scholarships. There's no stipulation based on the form that I was reading today that says you cannot be the recipient of any other scholarship. All right, so that's one of the main one I wanted to touch on tonight, and for you to just keep in mind. Also remember that the Sagicor Scholarship is open. The Jamaica Energy Partner Scholarship is open. Deadline July 31st. They're giving away 10 tertiary awards valued between 180 and 250,000. And they also have a separate PEP or GSAT bursary, 35K. Again, they're on their website. Yes, social sciences considered the sciences. Alright, and this one is another lucrative one. One of the main criteria though for the Jamaica Energy Partners Scholarship is based on region. They want to make sure that everybody, if you're applying, you have to be living or residing in one of 3 regions for the last 5 years. And the regions are communities within the parishes of Kingston and St. Andrew. Alright? And then communities within the parish of St. Catherine. So they offer these scholarships to students within close proximity to their different locations. And you might ask, oh, where in Kingston and St. Andrew? Alright, that's a very good question. So, as it relates to Kingston and St. Andrew, I'm trying to get the specific. I know you have to be in Port Royal. You have to be... Here we go. Just a sec. I'm going to give you that right away. But before we get there, this one specifically give instruction on the letter of recommendation. And this is the specific information on the letter of recommendation. It must include one from your school's principal and one from a community member such as a JP or a minister of religion. Last week we had covered who would be able to write these recommendations. And Jamaica Energy Partners, they're giving you the specific information as to who can write your recommendation letter. And again, this information I'm giving you is no secret. When you access the application form or when you access their website, these are some of the criteria. But I personally wanted to bring it to your attention because it is important. Just like you need to know for the tertiary scholarship, these are the criteria. Right? You need to have a B+ average or a 3.0 GPA. You have to be 21 years or younger. The scholarship value between 180 and 250,000. All local community college, university, and vocational institution students are qualified to apply. So this is another open scholarship. It's open to all registered local tertiary institution. The only catch is you have to live within a specific region, and the specific region is for Kingston and St. Andrew, especially for the PEP bursary. You have to live in Western Kingston, East Kingston, Old Harbour Bay. So those regions fall under the region 1 and 6. However, for the tertiary award, you just need to be within Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine. If you have any specific question, feel free to drop them a email or give them a call. It's the human result. You just call and you ask to speak to someone about the scholarship program, and they usually transfer you to the person who's responsible or just generally to the human resource department. Alright? And the last one, because I have my guests waiting, the last one is, just want to do a quick look on it, is because these guys, they offer their scholarships every year. But this year, I noticed there's a little catch. So the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, they're offering their scholarship. There are 3 categories. You have a PEP award, you have the Oswald J. Thorburn Scholarship, and the Ronald Mason. What's important to note is that you have to have an account with the credit union for at least 6 months. They made sure they put that in it. At least 6 months you have to have your account there for, and it has to be active. You need a minimum of 3.5 GPA. And this scholarship states that you cannot be the recipient of any other scholarship. So for this one, for the person who asks if you can receive other scholarships, for the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union, which you see their IG page, FHC Credit Union, link them and tell them you don't agree or you agree with whatever they're saying. But they're saying you cannot have no other scholarship with this one. 2 reference letter, transcript, show financial need, and you must show community volunteerism. If you ask me personally, I disagree with a scholarship that is being offered that doesn't cover your full tuition and they're telling you can't receive none. But that is just my own opinion, and this page is private, so I can say how I feel. So, but they say you cannot have any other awards, all right? So, any other information, guys, drop it in the message. What my colleague is taking notes of the messages, and we're gonna respond. The Cuba Jamaica scholarship is closed already, bro. I never saw it advertised, but it's closed, Island Girl. But I'll get back to that. Now I'm gonna invite our special guest. All right, it's time to get the show on the road, and the interview. You guys can we'll just respond to the other questions. So right now, I'm about to invite my special guest. Hello, Samoya.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being available. Sorry to have you waiting for 23 minutes, but because there was so much excitement today with the publishing of the Gleaner Scholarship to go. You got your copy already?
No, not as yet.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you have the link, and when students reach out to you, you definitely can share it. But first of all, I would like to say thank you for joining me, Samoya. It's a pleasure to have a celebrity in our house, and we are coming from far back. But for
Yes,
those
Chris.
who don't know you, Samoya is Miss Samoya Carreras. She's a scholarship winner for years, from high school right up to university. She have won over $1.5 million in scholarships. She's the founder and CEO of EduSpark Services, where she offers services include scholarship application, resume revamp. She has a career advice. She has a full house. She also started her YouTube channel, and you can find it on YouTube, obviously. Samoya Cochrane, Cochrane. Go over there. She discussed finance, lifestyle, and education financing. Big up yourself, Samoya. I'm so happy for you. I know Samoya from when she won one of our foundation's first scholarship back in the day. And here she is. Welcome, Samoya.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, Chris. It's a pleasure. And I wouldn't say no to you if anybody else, not you.
What? No, must be special. I feel real special. Thank you. So, Samoya, people have been asking me since I put up the flyer, like, yo, why couldn't I have done this interview earlier, seeing that the JMMB scholarship program, which is the one I wanted to talk to you about, closes on the 31st. But I told her that you've been all over Jamaica videoing and answering questions, and this was the best time. So, somebody, could you start by telling us when you won the JMMB scholarship and or you went about applying, and just touch the interview side of it?
Okay, so I got the JMMB Foundation Scholarship prior to starting the University of the West Indies. So that was in 2017. So I think I found out about JMMB Scholarship from a colleague, Chardonnay Lewin, who had applied the year before, because we were both at Holy Child High School, but she went ahead and went to all the time. She went to UTech instead of doing 2 years at sixth form. So while I was in upper sixth, I knew that I don't have much money, and my mother probably couldn't finance my tertiary education. So I was looking around to find scholarships and so forth. And the JMB Foundation scholarship was one of them that she told me about.
Yes.
And I was really interested in applying. So first what I had to do was they basically asked us to write a letter stating why we need the scholarship and stuff like that. So it has multiple rounds. So that was the first round, and after that round, then you would be shortlisted. So I was shortlisted, and then I got a comprehensive application to fill out, asking me a lot of details, the works to write the scholarships and stuff like that. And then after that round, you were shortlisted again, and that was the interview round. And in that year, the interview, it was like a panel interview, and it was in
Yeah.
person because that was pre-COVID time. And I don't think it was a bad interview. I think I did my best, and I think they had a lot of applications, and they were saying all of us did really well. So in my first year, they they couldn't pay the amount that they wanted to give us. So in my first year, I think I got a total of 175,000 from JMMB. So that scholarship was split in half for myself and somebody else. They said we did really well, and they really wanted to assist everybody. So that's
Yeah.
what they did. But in my second and my third year, they gave us the full award, which was at 350,000 Jamaican dollars.
Wow. That's impressive. And I must say that you made an important point where there was so much impressive applications that they didn't want to they wanted, because it was so good, they wanted everybody to get something. So them just split
Right.
one in two so everybody
Mm-hmm.
leave with something. So this is
Yeah,
something that we should know, that even though it may be competitive, we should still apply, because the donors have has the ability to increase the number of awardees, and they also have the
definitely.
ability to split it.
Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned before, every miracle make a muckle. So
Yeah.
probably you see, I got JMB scholarship in my first year, and that was split in half. And I also was I got the Palace Foundation scholarship, which is also not a full scholarship. So I had Palace plus I had JMB, and I got a grant from Lindsay Foundation, which was valued at $50,000. So I have three so far in us. So every little thing I add up and I come through. And in that same time, I also got a scholarship from you and Next Move Jamaica, the Edna
Yeah.
Green scholarship. So you see how every little thing come together, and it
Yep.
just a work out. And I know people will look at your scholarship and they say, "Oh, I just 15,000," or "Oh, I just 30,000." That not gonna do nothing. But every little money add up indeed, and it really did help me. In my first year was
Yeah.
probably when I had the lowest amount of money, but I still never had to go in my pocket and pay any money at all. All the scholarships that I got covered my first year tuition.
Wow. So you basically just, if you had a spreadsheet, you just list 10, 15 awards that you received just to cover the tuition. While some of
Well,
us,
today I
yeah,
actually went on my UWI portal and I was looking back and I actually wrote them down.
wow. So how many in all?
Yeah. So, well, I can check it now.
You see that? You see that, people? She come prepared. She have a list of the scholarship she want. Let's go. Let it real, Samoya, so we can see, say, yo, we don't have to go for the big ones, but we just get the ones we can get.
So I guess I could just do a run through of the ones that I got. So in my first year, I got a scholarship from Lindsay Foundation that was valued at $50,000. I got one from Palace. Palace scholarship is currently open and it closes
Yeah,
on June 10th, I think.
yeah,
Palace don't give full scholarship, but they always give majority money to university students. They also give scholarships to high school students. And they also have a category for sixth form as well. So if you're in sixth form, you get a little bit more than the regular high school students because sixth form tuition is more expensive. So Palace is not a full scholarship, but it definitely helps. I got 85,000 from Palace. I got 175,000 from JMB Foundation, and I also got a scholarship from Edna Green that was valued at 15,000.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if I got the exact 15. I maybe get more because it's
It
in
was in
US dollars.
US.
Tell them that. Yes, tell them that, Chris. And when you
Yeah,
do the
US dollar.
conversion,
US dollar. It was in US. Yeah.
right? And in second year now, I got a scholarship from the Caribbean Carreras Foundation. It was valued at 1,000 US, and when we converted it to Jamaican dollars, it was about 136,000. and some
Yes.
change. I also, mm?
No, I'm saying yes.
I also, yeah, oh, I also got back Pala scholarship in my second year. The amount increased to 103,000. And just a point to note with Palace, the scholarship will vary. The amount that you'll get will vary from year to year, and it's basically based on donations that they receive from individuals. So it's not a set figure. You might get 50 this year, you might get 100 the next year. So you really don't know, but you still have to get something.
Every
And I
little,
also got
every
one.
mickle make a muckle.
Right. I also got one from this company. I don't know if I should say it. It was valid at 50,000, but they kind of took it back because they said that my tuition was covered. And I just have a little disclaimer, like they never said you can have multiple scholarships, but I guess they paid it to the school and they said my tuition was already covered, so they never wanted to give me. And I said, okay, it was just 50,000. Somebody else might be in need, they can have it. And the same thing almost happened with the Caribbean Actorial Scholarship, but I
Yeah.
said, I'm not going to let this one go down the drain because I spend my time write my essay, apply for my everything and put my application together, and I
Yeah.
studied actuarial science. So I was looking at the benefit that I could get from this scholarship. I could
Yeah.
meet people in my field, my network, and I was saying that this would look good on my resume. So I was not going to let that one go down, but
So
I got
you
50,000
fought for it?
from that. Yes, I got it, of course.
Good job.
So I got
Congratulations.
50,000 from that company, but they took it back.
Yeah.
And I also got a scholarship from Edna Green again. In my third year, I got 350 from JMMB, 91,000 from Palace, and this is just a little interjection.
Yeah.
If you're residing, I think, in any community in Jamaica, you should get money. I guess if you're in need or if you want it, you can get money from your MP. So based on where I was living, I reached out to them and they told me how it works, and I got a little $20,000. So
So
I got
so
that
how
in
it
my
work?
third year.
See, seeing that you interject, how does it
Yeah.
work? Before you continue, how does it work when you approach the MP? Because they usually encourage persons to reach out to them because they get the from their constituency fund. They're allowed
Mhm.
to donate funds to road, school, food, and also tuition. So how did that work for you?
Like, I think my auntie is on the live. Probably she can comment because I don't remember exactly how we went about it. But I knew that we called the office and I think they probably took our names or something. And
Auntie,
basically,
sorry. Auntie, but talk the things, Auntie. We want to hear what go on. So continue.
yeah,
Hopefully
so
she
like,
put it in.
yeah, so like they took our names and I guess they asked which school we were attending at the time. And then they would write a check to send to the school. Well, actually, they gave us the check and it was paid. And then I went to the school and paid it because it was in the name of the university.
Did
So
they
you
ask you?
basically.
Did they ask
Hmm?
you who you vote for?
No,
Okay.
no. So
I'm
you
just
can just
checking.
contact your local, if you know who your MP is, you can
Yeah.
just reach out to their office and
It
find
doesn't
out how
matter.
you can go about that. So you can always, I guess it might vary from division to division, the amount that you get and so forth, but that's an option for people who are looking for money to pay for school.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and I got also in my final year, I got a scholarship from Chris and his family again, and this
Who
one was
me?
valid at 20,000.
Who me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
Yes.
It's
So,
worth it.
right. So,
All right, guys. I think Auntie just put it in. You take in your application letter and your acceptance letter and your address to the MP, and you just ask him for the money. Well,
right. Simple
that's
as that.
basically it,
One, two,
guys.
three.
I didn't even plan for this secret, and this secret just came out. So you need your application letter. Is it the application letter for the help or the application letter from the school?
I think it probably. I think when she mean application meta, probably she's saying acceptance
Yeah.
letter or something like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Anisha said my MP said apply for student loan. Yeah.
Don't listen to your MP.
Oh
We're
my
giving you
God.
some tips. So apply for these scholarships.
I'll get back to that, but you need to put the MP name in the chat so we know who, because they get constituency fund money, and that constituency fund money should go towards a part of it to your tuition. So you need to, Anisha, drop the name. Talk the things them, no secret here. Everybody need the
Well,
help.
I can say I got money from my MP, so big up my MP anywhere in there.
Well, I hope he knows who he is, because I don't know.
Yes, big up Julian Robinson.
All right, see? So Julian Robinson, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So that's good. Somebody said Edu Chess Foundation of Westmoreland, Western. Yeah, I'm going to make a note of that. But yeah, continue. I'm sorry. So you were
So
saying
yeah,
about the
those
MP.
are So those were all the scholarships that I got during my time at UWI to finance my education, and I never had to go in my pocket and pay a cent to UWI. I never had the problem of running into difficulty like, oh, you can't do your exam because you never pay this or you never pay that. So I thank God that I never had any of those issues. I know
Yes.
some people run into those difficulties, and I kind of understand, but I'm rejoicing that I'm able to finish debt free, and I can say that it's not just because because of the work that I do. I apply, I know, and this is one of the reasons why I also started EduSpark Services, because I realized there are so many opportunities out there for us as young people,
Yep.
and people will see all these scholarships that you're talking about, Chris, and them never apply because well, I have to write a letter, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I remember when I was in high school, a
Yep.
lot of people, they preferred to fill out the student loan application because perhaps it was easier to do, and they say, oh, I don't want to write the scholarship, but me take up my enough self and me write all of my scholarship them essays. And you know the good thing about writing a scholarship essay, sometimes they only ask you for 500 words, 300 words,
Yep.
and what you have wrote before can always use in the next scholarship essay. So it does, I mean, the information sometimes intertwine, you might have to change a little thing and a little thing, but do it. You say, oh, me not apply because the essay, somebody else said I write it and them are going to get the money, and you have to go, and then how you gonna pay it, you gonna depend on your parents, or you have to work and save or whatever. But there are free money out there to help people who are in need, and you have different types of scholarship also. You have needs-based scholarship, you have merit-based, and then you have scholarships that intertwine both of them. So you need
Yep.
to have good grades, and you need to be, you need to be
Indeed.
in financial need. So I think most scholarships are like that. You need to have a balance. But like for instance, the UE Open scholarship, that's a scholarship where it doesn't care if you're poor or if you're rich. If you're
Just apply.
brilliant, then you're going to get the scholarship. So it's really a merit-based scholarship. But most of them, you need to have financial needs. So if you
Yep.
have a need, whatever that is, or situation varies. Some people, different situation. What my circumstances might not be yours, so you have to explain to these donors why you deserve the money and tell them why you need it, and then they'll help you if you
I
need the help.
totally agree, Samoya, and it's like everything you're saying. It makes no sense for me to say anything, but while I'm here, why not just say something? You ran over when you said debt free. Do you mean after you finish you graduated last year officially, right? Do you mean
Mm-hmm.
that after you graduated from UA with your actorial degree, you have no student loan? That's what you mean when you said debt free?
No student loan to worry about. No money to give the government when I get paid monthly.
People, it is
Hallelujah.
possible. Samoya is just like me and you, and she did it. But guess what? She didn't just sit down and ask a bag of questions. She applied for big scholarships. She applied for small ones. She used all the resources that we talk about every week, reaching out to your MP, reaching out to your employer if you're working, or your parents reaching out to your employer, following, reaching out to other foundations, and just even people who you don't know offering the scholarships, you reach out to them and just initiate a thing by asking them.
Right, and like I was just thinking back, and I was saying that during my time before starting UWI, I really did apply for a lot of scholarship. Even to date, like even today, I still apply for scholarship. So like I remember well, not walking, but I remember asking people to drop me to Jamaica Flour Mill to
Yep.
drop off my application. I think
You see,
I was shortlisted for their scholarship, but I never got it. Also, Sagicor Foundation, I was shortlisted, and I think I could have get it, but through me did have some money from JMMB, and so already
you
them say
never get
somebody
it.
else needed, and that's okay. But I
Yeah.
think I did really well with my scholarship applications, and a lot of these companies, they wanted to invest, and I said I just apply for everything that I fit the criteria for, because I said something must work out,
And
You
it
might
will
not
work
get
out.
all of them, but apply for every single thing, and then in the end you'll see what will work out for you, and at least you'll have some money, even if not all of it. Parents might still be able to help you, or you might get funding from somewhere else. And also for people on the live, you can also check out your university. They should have a office of finance or whatever. They
Yep.
usually have various scholarship, because I remember at UWI, there is always on the UWI office of finance page, they have a lot of scholarships that you can apply for. So that's also another source to
Yep. I
look
must
out
say,
for
I think
scholarships.
I said it last week. UWI leads the way in showcasing their scholarships. If you're going to UWI, it's the easy. You should not be going to UWI without applying for several of the awards, because they list
Mhm.
their scholarship based on the faculty. You're in sciences, you're in law. You just click the faculty and just see a list of awards. That's the
And
only, yeah.
the thing is, with those applications, you see multiple, and you just use one document to apply for all. So they will have something at the front to list.
The ones you're
You
interested.
have multiple. Right, and you just send in one application, and they'll assess you based on that. So it's not,
Yeah,
oh, me have to apply for 10 scholarship, 10 different application. With the Office of Finance, that's just, you just do that by itself.
man, you've been through the process, especially with you, and you just simplified. It's so easy.
Right.
And something you had mentioned earlier about the essay, which a lot of people run from, is you're literally getting money. I don't know if or what free money means to some people, but I am giving you not just 10, I'm giving you 50, I'm giving you 100,000. In the case of the Carreras scholarship we mentioned earlier, they're giving you $1.8 million. And what you have to
Wait,
do,
I have to interject right
yeah,
there, Chris. I finished my university. I'm on scholarship for doing my master's. So of course, this week I'd reach out to them, because I
yeah,
know that they do it by annually.
yeah.
But then when I saw you post, they told me that they would post them by the end of the week. So when I saw you posted it, I went to check. But then when I called them, because I was looking which application you use for your master's program,
Yeah.
I never see it. So they said because of COVID, they're not doing the master's one this year, and that's kind of understandable. They said they're not doing it this
Hold on,
year
hold on.
because COVID.
Sorry. You're saying Carreras, you call. This is how we do it, guys. We
Right.
have to call it. Carreras told you that the
Yeah, and
master's
they said
scholarship that they put on the flyer that's in the Gleaner scholarship to go, the master's scholarship is not being offered this year.
right. They said they have to update the flyer on their website. That's what they told me when I called on Friday. So, well, yesterday. So yeah, there's that. That's a bummer, because I was looking forward to it as well.
Guys, this is why we have this live, where there's one thing on the flyer and there's a different thing when you follow up. So it's good that
And
we
that's
have
what you
Samoya.
mentioned it earlier, Chris, that if you're interested, you send them an email or you call to verify these things,
Verify.
because things can change overnight,
Things
and
do
based
change.
on this time that we are living in, it's good that they're still giving some amount of scholarship, and it's good that they are giving people a head start. So I understand with the postgrad, people might want to do further study, but you have people who just need a head start. So at least they are still doing that. So we still have to give thanks.
I totally agree, because I would rather see 10, 15 undergraduate students get money than one get a master. So I'm gonna definitely have to update my records. But thanks for the information. And that is why we love when we get feedback from other persons. So you had mentioned earlier the Jamaica flour mills also. So I called them
Right.
on I called the Jamaica flour mills on Friday, and I called the
Mm-hmm.
operator answered us, asked to speak to someone about the scholarship. So I was transferred to the person in HR who deals with it. And she almost punched me in the phone, because she said last year I advertised the scholarship for Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
Flour Mills, because the flyer was on the UWI website with the
Right.
2020 award, and they said they didn't offer it. However, this year
Oh,
they haven't decided as yet. So the Jamaica Flour Mills, they haven't decided whether they're gonna offer the scholarship this year. So this is something we constantly have to do. reaching out. We reach out to the credit unions, we reach out to known scholarship donors to see if they're doing it. And the only way we know who to reach out to is based on last year's stuff. So earlier before
Right.
we joined, I was mentioning that people should get a copy, save the PDF of the scholarship to go, the Gleaner scholarship to go, or get the hard copy and you save it. Because next year you can go through the entire list to see who were offering scholarships and reach out to them to say,
Right.
hey, are you offering it this year again?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm,
Right, that's so true. And even today in my YouTube video, somebody asked a question how I transition from university to the working world.
yeah,
I was sharing that my process was not easy as some people. I had my struggles, and Chris, we talked about this, so
all the
you'll have
time.
an idea, right? So I was saying that one of the ways you can look for jobs as well is that you know companies that you'd want to work for. You get a list and try to create a database. Say, these are the companies I want to work for. You go on Google because everybody have internet these days, and you search for the
Yeah,
number and you basically call, ask if are there any vacancies, or I can send my resume to this company. So it's the same thing with scholarships. If you're interested, most companies, most of the big companies, they have a foundation. You have NCB Foundation, Sagicor Foundation, John Duncan Foundation. You look for these type of companies and you go on Google. It's there to help us, and you just ask, oh, how
uh,
can I apply for these scholarships? And you just go about doing it. You just have to call because we're not going to have all the answers, and that's why we ask questions.
that's totally true. And the same thing I preach every week. And as you talk about foundation, there's one, and the one question I always get is persons asking about master scholarship. But in Jamaica, masters or postgrad scholarship are limited, and when
Right.
they're offered, they're in
Mm-hmm.
specific fields. So I cover the CCRIF over and over, CRIF. They offer masters for local and international. So all those persons asking about overseas masters is CCRIF. Drop that in a Google, guys, and you get the information. Additionally, there is a CB Facey Foundation. I'm not sure how many
Mm-hmm.
persons are aware of it. CB Facey Foundation. I don't know if they're offering their scholarship this year, and if they are, I don't know when it's open. They offer masters. Unfortunately, to final year masters program to people in, I think, visual arts and also architecture at UTech. So I just brought that out of the blue because you get these things because you try to find, or you go on Google, you can go on Google as you just said, and you Google foundations in Jamaica, non-for-profit foundations in Jamaica. You see a list of it. And as you said, Samoya, all large companies in Jamaica, Digicel, all of them have a foundation. And the foundation, their objectives include education. And education
Right.
involves building schools, providing maybe food for kids who don't afford, and definitely scholarships. With Digicel, they offer their annual awards to different schools. Most of you don't see it on their Instagram or Twitter
Right.
page, but you have to go to the financial aid or student services offices or the guidance counselor at your school and you ask them, do you have what scholarships are available? Because like a Digicel, they go directly to the source, right? But if
Right.
the awards are closed, you can reach out to them and you're right. They have this. You have this thing, a scholarship request letter, or a funding
Mm-hmm.
request letter. You submit a request letter to the foundation seeking funding for if it's a tuition, if it's just to offset some education costs. But this is how you open a door. And you mentioned earlier about
And let me say
yeah,
something too. In my final year, before I started final year, I was interning at NCB, right?
yeah,
And I was nervous that, okay, will I get back my scholarships because undergrad was rough. Anybody did actuarial science know that actuarial science is not a walk in the park, so it was kind of challenging. And also, I had failed I think two courses in my second year. So so when you fail a course, it's like you can get all of these A's, but if you have a F on your thing, just bring down your grade. So I was like kind of worried about that and saying, will I get back these scholarships? What will happen? How would I finance my final year, right? So I was working at NCB as an intern, and NCB has NCB Foundation Scholarship, right?
Yep.
And I say, every year I apply for NCB Foundation Scholarship. I never get called and I say, I don't know what I do wrong, I don't know what I do, but I'm here now and I'm going to make use of this opportunity. And
Yes.
I literally went to the floor that the foundation was on, and I reached out to them and I said, I always apply for these scholarships. And people who were working with me at the time, they said, "Someone, you're serious, you're determined." And I went there and I said, okay, I always apply. I'm going in final year and might need money to finance my education. And they said I should still submit my application and whatever. And you know that they offered me $100,000 at the time. I never accepted it though because I still got by the JMB Foundation scholarship. And
Yeah.
sometimes you can't own multiple. But I'm just saying that, okay, you're there. You're NCB. You just ask and apply
Just
same
ask.
way. You're probably working at Sagicor. You go to Sagicor Foundation, yeah, Digicel. You do that, you say I'm going to school, I'm having challenges, yeah, JMMB, you can do the same thing. So that's
Wow.
also I think that you can do.
Why Samoya with all this like diamond, you're dropping diamonds? It's like we need another session to just have you explain because each of those experiences like a session in itself because so many people want this information and guys we're not just trying to make it seem simple. It's not easy, but it's something that if you practice becomes easier because when it comes to scholarship you have to think of it as I am in need. I'm me a pot on fire. You see me need food in there. You have to like break through whatever barrier you have, say you're shy, and you just go ask for it. Because my first scholarship was when, as again, I'm used to go to Seaford High School. Big up Seaford High School. And you know who come from who got Seaford High School? Popcorn. Big up Poppy. But anyway, when I was at Seaford, I went for, they call it at the time, work experience? I think it's work experience. You get like
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks or so. So I went to NCB in Martindale. Big up not NCB. I went to NWC, big up National Water Commission, Martindale location. And after my 2 or 3 weeks there, I went in the manager's office and I was telling her that, yo, man, I had a great time here, man. I'm going back to school. I would definitely like to come back here after I finish school, like, if there are any jobs available. And also, I just wanted to know if they offer any awards for like to pay for my at the time CXC. If they
Mm-hmm.
offer any packages, they could pay for my CXC. And the lady, I don't remember her name. She told me to give her a minute, and she left me in the office. Went outside, and like 15 minutes, she came back with a pile of money. Just people, maybe because the way I worked while I was there, they
Mm-hmm.
donated the money and they gave me the cash. All I could do is just
Right.
run up Martindale, Scotia Bank at the time, and I just paid for my CXC. I think it was like 8 right there and then. Then I went back to
Mm-hmm.
Seafort, big up Seafort again, and just gave the receipt to the guidance counselor. But I brought that up to say, not to age myself, but just to show you that you just need to initiate, ask if the award not that they just find out if they have it or what they can do. Yeah, big
That's
up
so
St.
true,
Thomas.
Chris.
Julia Forever
That's
Fight.
my mother. That's my mother, I know. That's
At
my
St.
mother
Thomas
on
you
the
come
life say
from?
big up. Yes, we come from St. Thomas, Chris.
Big up Julia. St. Thomas is saying, yeah man, Trinity Georgia, Seaford I. Big up on yourself. Might be high when I left for now. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that is just
I
some of
was
the
saying before.
snippets.
Yeah, as I was saying before, like as you say, if you want it, you have to do it because, like, I remember even transitioning from university looking for jobs. Like I'm saying, okay, I finished school now, I need a job, and I felt like I knew all these people in corporate or wherever that I felt that could have assisted me in getting something decent. I understand that it was COVID time and things were hard and difficult. And I'm saying, you know, you're reaching out to people for help, and sometimes you feel as though they are doing the bare minimum. But
Yes.
I say, it's me want it, so I have to try and push out and do as much as I can for myself, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones getting the job. I am the one who, you know, so I always ensure that I go online and I look where I can find the jobs, Caribbean jobs, Gleaner,
Yeah.
Classify, you know, anything, and push out 110 if they are just pushing out 5% or whatever. Because I say, at the end of the day, it's me want the job. People not going to do do for you what you do for yourself. So you just have to do it. So if you need the scholarship, you might not have people supporting you or pushing you to say, okay, apply or whatever. If you know, say you need the money and you know you can't finance your education, you have to go out and do what you have to do to make sure, say, you can get a university education or complete high school or whatever it is that any level you're at right now. So you have to do what you have to do.
Debt free.
Right. Debt
Yeah,
free.
guys. So we can't say it no more. Just
And
apply.
it's not like I tell you, like student loan. At first, my mother say, "No, you not apply for no student loan." But then when I have no money, where will I get money from to pay you when you go there? And the thing is, I've always wanted to go abroad and study, and
Yeah.
like it's just so many things that go on in my life. Like I'd applied for schools abroad and I got in, and the scholarships they were not enough. I remember when I did SAT, my mother said, "Girl, I better just go on a UWI and done, because the money when we get it never enough." And you
Yeah.
know, I went behind her back. I reached out to my friend who had a card could pay to send this course to the school. I'm still applying, and I got in and I got some scholarship, but they weren't enough. And I say, it don't make sense I go to America and put myself in debt when I know I could go locally to school and get full funded to go there. And I just do what I had to do. I felt like I got so many opportunities, so you know, you just have to do what you do, because I never wanted any loan at the time,
Yeah.
and I knew that I had the potential to get scholarships from local entities to pursue my education. So I just did that and say, can I just go and all out for the overseas opportunity?
Yeah. A lot of people want to study abroad. Honestly, I do support people studying abroad, because when you study abroad, you get a wider understanding of what it is, not just be a student, but a wider understanding of what is expected of you. And you have a
Mm-hmm.
wider not knowledge and experience. You get exposure that you wouldn't get otherwise studying abroad. However, studying abroad entails more than just getting accepted at the school or getting some scholarship, because there's a
Right.
difference of
In
covering your
cost,
tuition, where you're gonna
international.
stay, or you're gonna cover your expenses, and when you're not, like, you don't have a permit to uh like a work permit per se. It's not every student get a work permit also. It comes with
Right.
other responsibility. And I know you guys see on social media there are lots of schools or institutions that offer you guys the SATs, the GMAT, and all that you get qualified. And you hear that students get millions in full scholarship. Yes, it happens. However, not all. And for those who don't get the best grades and get the full ride scholarships, you have to understand that your parents or you have to come up with a major cost in covering
Mm-hmm.
maybe just your plane fare. Because for Europe, in Europe you can attend school without tuition as a citizen of a developing country. However, you have to pay for your travel, you have to pay for home. They do have programs though that cover that. But I personally, we at Scholarship Jamaica, we're really just trying to help full yard who want to stay a yard to cover their tuition. And maybe when we master
Mm-hmm.
that, when all the companies just tell you if you come for the money, then I think I might concentrate for overseas. But there are other institutions who do that. But right now we just a deal with Yaso and how you did it.
Right.
And I know we are up there in time and thing, and I know you have another session after this. But I wanted you to touch on the interview process. I know you said with the JMB, you did a panel interview. I know when you did it with the Next Move Jamaica Foundation, we didn't really have an interview, but we have like post-award conversations. But how do you prepare and both mentally and like just get necessary information in going to one of those JMB, NCB, and Palace interview.
Well, to be honest, I think the only interview I did was like for flow. Well, I did one for Flower Mill, Sajik or JMB, but with my JMB interview now, since that was the one that I got, I think all of them are similar, and preparing for a scholarship interview is similar as preparing for a job interview. First, you need to understand the organization that is interviewing you. You need to understand their missions and values. So all of these informations are available to us on their website, so you can go and you can research that. You also need to understand, like, basic things about the scholarship. Why are you interested in this scholarship? How will this scholarship help you? How will you give back to your country, or the donors who have poured into you? And basically, you can just go online and look for general scholarship application questions. You can also reach out to persons who have received the scholarship in the past.
Yep.
And I remember, I tell you, I reached out to my friend Chigasit, and when I reached the interview stage, I asked her, what were some of the questions that you were asked? And I remember her telling me a question for JMB, and they ask you, like, what's your favorite book? Or if you're stuck on a desert island, which book you would prefer to have? Or something like that. And the same question basically came back in the interview. So a
Yeah.
tip is always to reach out to people who are past recipients of the scholarship, and same thing with jobs. If you are shortlisted for a job at an organization, you must know somebody, and if you don't know nobody, we have LinkedIn. Like, everything is just out there. You reach out to people. I remember I reached out my current job. I reached out to this girl that she studied actuarial science as well, and she was working at the company in the same post. And I say, okay, so I reached the interview level. Tips that you can give me for the interview, how I can prepare. And she was so kind and she was so generous, and she assisted me. And you see, if you don't ask, you don't know who will be willing to assist you. So you just have to try and ask for help, because people are out there. You have kind people. I know that sometimes the world may seem a bit unkind, but you have really kind people out there who are always willing to assist. So all you need to do is just ask them for help, and they'll do it. So reach out to people who you think are past scholarship recipients. And if you don't know people, like, I think these information for foundations are kind of public knowledge.
Yes.
They'll share who their recipients are, and they have to list it in their annual statement for tax purposes and stuff like that. So you can always Google past recipients of the MMB Foundation scholarships, past recipients of Sagicor Foundation, and you'll get these people. You're not going to know them. As I say, just probably try look for them on Instagram, on
Yep.
LinkedIn, and send them a message. Okay, I was shortlisted for this scholarship. I have an interview XYZ date. How can I prepare for this scholarship? What can I look forward to? What can I do? And people will answer you. People will get back to you. So you just have to ask. So scholarship interview is typical as job interview. You prepare, know about the company, and also prepare questions that you'd want to ask the donors at the end. Always have a question that you want to ask, and also work with your documents. You don't know if they might need it. You can work with your CSET grades, depending on the level you are at, and your reports, and probably recommendation, just general stuff, ID, TRN. So yeah.
Why, Samoya? Yeah, done the thing, Somebody just said expedient designs. Think you can do coaching sessions. Oh, I must you share talk about Samoya. Yeah, man, these are very good insights, Samoya. Really appreciate it, and I hope this was helpful to our MVPs who are in the chat. And definitely, this is being recorded, and I will be posting it on Instagram and also on YouTube. But Samoya, I really appreciate how you approach the whole scholarship process, the way you go about, where you're determined to apply, even though you might not get interviewed, the way you apply, even though you know a lot of people are applying for it. And this is the attitude we are trying to create in others, because the money is there. And I'm so sure somebody will agree with me that most scholarships go on, they're not applied for. People just have the money, because we know that
Right.
when we offer scholarship with Next Move Jamaica, my wife and I, most times I have to be We have to be like posting, like literally
Are
calling the
begging
schools
them
to
to
say,
apply.
yo,
Don't Chris and Chris says somehow I don't know anybody who needs this scholarship.
yeah,
Like
I
people don't want to apply. Like
yes,
why you don't want free money?
yeah.
Like
I
you
have to
don't
be
want free money.
I had to call churches and say, yo, I know a friend of mine and say, yo, I'm gonna give you the flyer, just put it in the church. I call schools. I have this scholarship, like in St. Thomas people who want to step up. The scholarship I offer, the Joyce Newell endowment scholarship, it's for St. Thomas students, and I have to call the schools and say, yo, I have this scholarship awarding 10 awards this year. Yo, we need people to apply. And sometimes we get 5. And with our
Right.
foundation, what we do is sometimes we say we are awarding, say, 15 for the year. And if we get 20 and all 20 applications are complete and they write the essay and they do what they need to do, we step up. We find the money somewhere, you know? Like um, instead of eating some stew fish, I eat some dirty gal just in order to make sure I have enough money. We have enough money to help because we know that people are in need. And it's not that we're not rich,
Right.
but it's just that, just as what we're doing here, we want you guys as scholarship recipients to become scholarship donors. You don't have to donate 100,000. 5,000 is enough because if you look
Right.
to some of your MPs, whenever they do choose to award scholarship and to get it on social media, they award you hear that they award like 50 scholarship, but the 50 is like 5,000 each. But I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that because the times 50 times 5,000 a whole heap of money. So I'm just saying
Right.
every mickle make a muckle, guys. So just apply for it, and when you apply and you become debt free after you get your student loan debt free after you get your degree like Samoya, you can go back and give back, if not financially, but with efforts like what Samoya is doing. But before we leave the chat, Samoya, I need you to do something else for me. I would like you to tell, because if somebody asking where and YouTube will find you and stuff, I need you to just tell our audience what EduSparks is about, the service you offer, and also what your YouTube channel is about, because you know we want to be a part of it.
Right. So before I say this, I know we're here promoting scholarships and whatever, and the truth is, even though there are money, and we say people to apply, some might not apply, but at the same time, I see in the chat earlier that somebody was saying that the grades might not be enough or whatever. Like I always say this. Remember, I tell you how I was doubting myself whether I would get back the JMB scholarship because I failed 2 courses during university. Like, okay, your grade might not be there, but you can still apply. What if you meet all the other criteria? It's same when you're applying for a job, you're not going to fulfill all the criteria that they outline. But if you see where you can tick off majority of these criteria, then you still
Yep.
apply. You might look and say, oh, they say they want a 80% average, but your average is 79. Tell me what stop you from apply. What is stopping you from
True.
apply? So just apply. You never know what the odds might be. So just apply and you might get through, you might not get through, but that not say you must give up. Still try. Try
Totally
because
agree.
the opportunity are out there. And I also want to say if you don't have any other means, you can get scholarship, your parents don't have it, and student loan is the only option for you. I would say still go to student loan route because I feel like an investment in education is probably one of the best investment and you'll see the returns in years to come. You might not see it as soon as you finish or whatever, but if student loan is the only route for you, then you just have to do what you have to do.
And
You still have to
Samoya,
get your degree.
Samoya, as you say that, guys, if and when you do decide to apply for student loan, the Student Loan Bureau has something they call grant in aid, meaning for
Mm-hmm.
every student loan that they offer a student, you are qualified to apply for some cash, some money that goes toward expenses related to your school. The amount vary, but you have to apply for. You ask them if there's, oh, you are approved for so and so amount of money. You ask them, I'm interested in getting the granting aid. So every time you get
Mm-hmm.
some money from them as a loan, you can get some free money with them with it also to cover some of the expense. So remember, the student loan has this thing named grant in aid. Don't forget that. Yes, Samoya.
Right. Yeah, because I remember today I was running through my JMB application and I was saying that if student loan is the only route for me, then that's what I'll have to do. I actually did submit a student loan application. I
Yeah.
mean, I never really followed through with it because when I realized that, oh, you need a guarantor and people were not willing to provide some of the information that they required, they need. It's like they need a lot of information about people finances and whatever, and not everybody will want to stand that type of a responsibility. Because if you are going to take on a guarantor for somebody, it means you are accepting the responsibility that in case this person cannot pay for the loan, then I will have to do so. And a lot of people are not willing to do that, especially if they are not family members or whatever. So that was one of my struggle, getting people to stand as guarantor. And my mother was saying, "Girl, no bother with it." So, and I realized it was just like it was easy for me to complete because it was just me and my mother alone, and if I
Yeah.
had siblings or whatever to put all of this information. But if you have a lot of people to fill out information, it can be quite tedious. But I never followed through with my student loan application. But back to what I was saying, if that's the only route that you can go to and you're willing to do that, then do it, because as I say, an investment in education is probably one of the best investments you'll ever make. So you just have to do what you have to do until better come. So now
Yeah.
about me. My YouTube channel is Samoya Cochrane. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube with that name. And you can also follow EduSpark Services on Instagram if you are interested in us helping you to put together a winning scholarship application. If you want to revamp your resume, any of those services that you're interested in, you can just reach out to us and we'll help you at a very affordable cost. Because as I said, the money out there for people get and they don't want to apply because they are turned off by so many different things
Especially the
and money that
essay.
they couldn't get. And sometimes the essays are just 300 words, which is not a lot. And as I say, if you write one essay, it probably can use for multiple different application. You just probably need to do a little tweaking or
Just
whatever. So
like your
it's not
resume.
like,
Just like your
yeah, it's
resume.
not. Right, you do one, yeah, you always update your resume to fit the job that you're applying for. So sometimes you just need to tweak a little something to ensure that it fits with the criteria that they're asking for. Nothing too hard or,
No, listen, the writing essay, it can be hard to win some money. And in my past
And
life,
there are also tips online how to write essay. I think you even have on your website, Chris,
yes,
how
I
to
do.
how to write a scholarship essay, how
Yeah,
to ask for recommendations, how to do this. And if you
scholarshipjamaica.com.
type in Google, sometimes you can type in Google the very question that they're asking. You can see samples that persons have written before. You just have to use the resources that are available to you.
And don't plagiarize.
Okay,
Use
that's
whatever you find as a sample or an example, not to plagiarize. Because just
right,
as though
because
you
as I
find
say,
it, yeah.
you have to own your story. All of our stories are different, and we are from different backgrounds, different circumstances. So I might be from a single parent household. That might not be the reason why you are in need of assistance. You might have another reason why you need money. So you probably lost a parent unexpectedly, and they were expected to pay for your education. The reasons varies from person to person. So you have to own your own story and write and convince these people that you deserve the money.
Mother Road. Yeah, man. Thank you, Samaya. Part one. Who knows? We might have a part two because if we need Samaya for part two, drop some diamonds in the chat because this is very good. I'm very impressed and I really appreciate you making the time to share all these diamonds with us. I'm telling you, the information you share will be helpful. And again, guys, this is recorded so you can go back and watch it, especially the way Samoya. See it? Look, diamonds are forever, Samoya. It's crazy diamonds in the chat. There you go. So we definitely have a part two. But for now, guys, just make sure you take note. Hopefully, watch about the video, share this, and let's try to change the culture where so many of us are graduating university with a bag of debt. Now Samoya graduated tuition free, debt free. Um, she's able to think about other stuff like her masters, like
Right.
changing jobs or stepping out to do her own projects. And diamonds are
Right.
still raining.
And I just want to say, like, as you mentioned, that stepping out is like, okay, I was working, and probably if I had student loan or something, I would probably have to stick out an environment that I wasn't enjoying, and I was like basically doing myself a disservice. So, the ability to know that, okay, I don't have a loan to pay back was so refreshing, and my family was really supporting me and saying, if you're not enjoying this job, you can just resign and step out in faith and pray that God will work out something for you. And that's
Amen.
basically what I did. And in a couple of weeks, I got a different job. So I feel like that was one of the reasons. I don't have any loan to worry about saying, okay, I need to pay this at the end of the month, or
Yep.
I could be say free, okay, I don't have to think about student loan knocking at my door, or they might publish my picture out there saying I owe them this money, or whatever. So
Or they sell you
they just
information to one of those debt collectors. There's so many debt collecting companies in Jamaica now, and then they call you every day. But yeah, and I totally agree, man. And next time, the next chat we're gonna do in a Samoa, I know you're busy. We're gonna have it. We're gonna name it Debt Free Samoya. How did she do it? And then you can come drop some more, because I've seen so much diamonds, man. Diamonds are forever. I'm really glad you make it again, and I wish you all the best in your next endeavor. I see people still writing that they're disappointed with Carreras Masters, but as Samoya said, they're still offering scholarship, and next year is a different year. And then, to be frank, when you talk about Carreras, guys, they're do giving a lot. When you think about the business that they do,
it's
it's not,
true, and
it's not
and and a
something
point
that,
for persons who invest on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
yeah.
I heard that they're one of the companies they give a lot of dividends. So I mean, they give good dividends to persons who are shareholders in the company, and they're also giving back as a part of the corporate social responsibility. So I think that's a really good move.
Yeah, well, Samoa, I must say, I do can attest to the dividend part. Carreras is one of the best dividend paying companies in Jamaica, next to Jamaica Boilers and NCB.
NCB.
Yeah. So those are truths. But as you know, the type of business they do, they sell cigarette. And we can't advertise that, but they're giving back, and as you know, every time tax raise, they are impacted the most. And from the money where them are give back. So I'm gonna take what I can
Right.
get. So I am disappointed too, but guess what? We have to move on. Let's see if we're gonna dig again and see if we can find some other awards. But you guys do your part. Call these donors, let them know that we want to help, because the more calls they get, it kind of push them. I mean, know a lot of them don't like when I say this, because whenever I call a certain place and I identify myself, I get the cold shoulder, because they say we're doing something that causes people to call them, and whenever they're not even offering it. So I feel good
Mm-hmm.
about that, because at least people getting some help. So thanks
Right.
again, Samoya. And do you have any last words? If not, we're just gonna hit the road. Do you have any last words for our VIP members?
Apply for the scholarship, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow my business page, and come back and tell Chris and I that you guys want the scholarships.
Yeah. And next week, guys, just before we go, I know that we're running over time, is Jamaica, the JMB Scholarship expired the 31st. The Young Man of Purpose program expires. Check out the Betting Gaming and Lotteries Commission. Check out the Jamaica Energy Partners. There are lots of scholarships that are on our page that you guys need to jump on now. When I saw the scholarship to go, it's like I got so excited, I got confused, because although I'm not applying for it, I was like, yo, if it's one night, we need to have the live for 2 hours. It's tonight. and we had
Right.
enough content to have a 2 hours live. So jump on this and don't make the people them wasting time. Secondly, I want to link up all the VIP members in the chat who are answering questions. There's so many of you guys, me know say, yo, Anisha just dropped something, or Dacia just dropped some diamond, Irolesa, Julia, big up mommy, big up yourself, just in the chat. So thank you guys for checking out. And remember, please, there are enough scholarships for a whole away. So just share it. You see a scholarship, is it you tag somebody, or you take a screenshot, or you do something. There is enough money out there. And we need to change the culture so we can all be like Samoya.
That's so true, Chris, when you said that. Like, even at university, people are so unwilling to share information. Like I said, I know one degree you will want give away. Them want everybody get the degree, and like, and the other day I was on Twitter and a young lady, she's literally been job hunting for a while, and I found it that it was so kind of her. She said she created a database of companies she had applied for in the past, and she just shared the information. Say anybody out there looking for jobs or whatever, this is the information. You probably do have to go and search again for it. I have done this, so I'm just sharing it with you. And you know, she's there in a pandemic looking for a job. She even created a GoFundMe trying to seek fund because I guess she's having difficulty. And I say for her to do something like that, like it's so kind. Like you go, you're in the world and you don't think there are a lot of kind people, but there are people still doing good. So these information are available if you can help somebody. You might not be eligible based on what they require, but you might know somebody who you say. And sometimes one person comes to your mind right away when you see something and you say, let me send it to that person. Yeah, that
Yeah,
person here can get, you
yeah.
know, each one
Because,
help one, because at the end of the day, we I feel like if everybody help everybody and we are able to I guess live a better quality of life or whatever, even Jamaica would be such a different place. Like so
true.
many things could have been different, but some people are selfish and some things we can't change about some people. So
Yeah. Well, we don't really sell fish on here, so you know, we catch fish. We don't sell fish on here, so, but the fact of the matter is everybody will eat food, and there is enough food out there for the whole of we eat it. So spread the word, make we name some food, and make we link back next week now. Right now, I don't even know who is coming next week. I don't know if we're going to somewhere, but we have enough info. But during the meantime, just keep doing what you guys doing. Spread the word. You have any question, just drop it. I know I don't respond immediately, but I usually respond in 24 hours because, yo, crazy people need information and help, and that's what we want to do. So spread the word, guys, and we'll see you back next week, Saturday. And go out there and apply for something. Make something of the week and be safe. We're on the mask.
right.
Yeah. All right. All right, Samoya.
All
Thanks
right.
again.
Bye, Chris. Take care.
Yeah, man. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight.